Okay, we're going to talk about ciphers and cryptography today. And I need to talk a little bit about how strings work and so forth. But I've had a few questions as to what's all this stuff here on the side. And this is just to remind you constantly about the 7 elements that every language has. And we've actually covered, I think, almost all of them. Probably except events, although we're getting events all the time when you touch the keyboards and so forth. But let's just note that it's there, and we'll deal with it. Okay, what I want you to do is type x equals quote A, B, C, D, E, F. And so because of the quotes, this means it's a string. And in fact, what I can do now is print it. And make a Shift F5, and it'll ask you for save it under something. I've already saved it, so you don't have to do that. And it's A, B, C, D, E, F, and it does not have the quotes, which is the way the print function works. Okay, but now, what if I say y equals x square bracket 3 square bracket? What do you think that means? If you think of this x as an array or a list of characters, then that'd be 0, 1, 2, and 3. That should be D. Well, let's see if it is. Print y. And let's run it. Sure enough, you get D. So this means you can break up any string by indexing it with these square brackets. Now, the other thing I can do is I can say y equals y plus, and let's do another part of that x, 5, say. And now let's print y again. And here we go, hit F5, and we got D and F. Does that make sense? Of course it does. So now remember, the equal sign means replace. It actually means take this label called y and attach it to what the label was attached to before, plus, and since it's a string, it will concatenate the two. And the fifth thing here is E, so you should get y, which is 3, so it should be D, which of course it was. Now, the fact that I can do this now means that I can actually do something and make a string, and I can say, for example, alpha 0. Let's say this equals, quote, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Let's add a space and an underscore. Okay, now I can then pick out any letter I want by just picking up a number. And so part of the thing with cryptography will be to do this. And let me introduce you to the so-called Caesar cipher, which actually says, take this, and let's do another one. Alpha 1, we're going to call it. That's going to be equal, but let's start it at D. So we have D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, space, underscore, and then A, B, C. So then if I want to make a code, it'd be pretty simple. I could just take any letter of the code and then substitute the 1 in alpha 1. So if I wanted to say hi, I could just put H. That would become K, I would become L, and so forth. And in fact, this was supposedly the code that Julius Caesar used, where he just shifted all the letters by 3. So what we're going to do is use this technique, and by using indexing, we'll be able to pick off the various letters. So be prepared. The next video will take care of this, and you get some points. I don't know how many points we have yet, but these are all extra credit things anyway. Bye.